Hi, Kim from Progress Ahead Life Coaching. Today I want to talk to you about the little inner voice we have in our head. Some people refer to it as the little man on their shoulder. This is the voice that talks to us when we're trying to make a decision or trying to move forward, and adds to the confusion of it all. What this voice is, it's the inner critic, and it's there to tell us about some danger ahead of us. It's there as a risk mitigator. But what it also does, it also gives us negative thoughts. It also tells us things like, you're not good enough, you're going to fall down, you're a fraud, you'll get caught out, or you'll get found out. It's going to give us all this stuff, and when it does, it's overwhelming. And when it gets overwhelming, then what we do is we end up doing nothing. We get so caught up in it and listen to the voice that we don't move forward. And once it does that, then it kills any chance we have of achieving our objective or reaching our dreams. But there are ways we can get around this. There are ways to deal with this inner voice, these two little voices in our head. So when we hear that inner voice tell us we can't go and ask that person out over there, or we can't ask the boss for a pay rise, or we can't ask the boss for a day off, or we can't ask for a promotion, whatever it is, we need to listen to our inner voice and challenge what it's saying. Because what it's doing, it's trying to instill fear into us. And by instilling fear into us, it's hoping then that we'll listen to that fear and not move forward. But the inner voice can actually be helpful, because by getting us over that fear component and going and doing the thing, we then build up our courage stocks. So then by going and asking that person out, by going and asking the boss for a day off or a pay rise or whatever it is, we're actually getting over it. So we're actually getting stronger. But we have to take that action to get there. The other thing we need to do with the inner voice is we need to realise that all it is just thoughts. That's all it is. It's just thoughts telling you that you're going to be embarrassed or knocked back if you ask that person out or talk to that person at the bar, or the boss is going to get crabby at you. It's only just thoughts, so we need to challenge those thoughts. So we need to say, I hear what you're saying, thanks for the warning, but I'm going to go talk to that person anyway, because even if they don't talk to me, at least I know I've had a crack, at least I've tried it, and at least I've done something about it, as opposed to just sitting here letting my fear win. That's one way to do it. So you need to challenge. The other way you can challenge it is when your inner voice is talking to you, you can get a bit of paper, split it down the middle. On the left-hand side, you write down what your inner thoughts are, and on the right-hand side, you write down challenges, rebuttals to those inner thoughts. So an example might be if you get in trouble at work, like as in make a mistake at work, and then your inner critic goes crazy saying, you've made a mistake at work, you've stuffed up, everyone's going to laugh at you, you might get demoted, you might get the sack, no one's going to look at you the same way, you've lost your credibility. You write all that down, and then on the other side, then you write your challenges to that. And your challenges might be something along the lines of, okay, you made a mistake, but you're human, everyone does. That's cool. You've made a mistake, so the fantastic thing about that is there's an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to grow from that mistake, so you can learn something and actually move forward. That it's not actually that big. Everyone else in the workplace has made a mistake and they're still working, they haven't got the sack. And also that you've got credit in the bank, you've been at the company for a while. A mistake's not going to be a big issue. That's how you challenge it. And then that gives you a better perspective on the whole thing, a better perspective than just the inner voice perspective. That gives you a more rounded thing. And by doing that, what you do is you take away the oxygen from the inner critic and you take away its power so you can move on. What you can also do in regard to the inner critic is when it's talking to you, you can think about your past successes. You can think about what you've done really well in the past and how you've received some sort of recognition from it, whether it's an email from your boss, an email from a member of the public, or a letter of recognition, or it might even be an award. I went to an award ceremony at work earlier on this week where a whole bunch of people received awards that they very much deserved, and they received them because at some point they pushed past that inner critic and they challenged it and they went on to get their objectives. But they all experienced that inner critic at some time. They all had that self-doubt, that lack of self-belief that they had to get over. So use those as a reference. And also, when our inner critic kicks in, it causes stress, it gets us to worry, it affects our breathing. It's important with your breathing to just slow down, take it easy a bit, take a few deep breaths, put the shoulders back, put the chin up. It's all right, we can calm down, we can get through this. Your inner voice isn't exclusive to you, everyone has it. Rich, poor, in the middle, blue collar worker, white collar worker, it doesn't matter. Everyone's got it, male, female, doesn't matter. Everyone deals with it. But you need to get on top of it if you want to get to go where you want to go. Because if you let it overwhelm you, then that's when it controls you. So challenge it. Move forward, make your progress today.